Hello, Stampers! I'm Dina Lanzendorf at Inkin' with Dink, and welcome to my Facebook Live. Since it is the final Wednesday of the month, my Paper Pumpkin or my Facebook Live is going to focus on paper pumpkin alternatives today. So, what I do every month is I get my paper pumpkin kit, and I actually get two kits every month so that I've got lots of goodies to play with. Because sometimes I like the kit the way it is actually made up, and sometimes there's a lot of alternatives that I find later that I also like, and so I always get two kits so that I've got lots of stuff to play with and lots of fun stuff to make. So like I said, today what I want to do is I want to show you the kit and show you the cards that the kit was intended to make, and then I will show you the alternatives that I came up with, and we'll also make a little project. So are you ready to get started? I'm going to go ahead and flip it around here and put you right on like that. Okay, so every month your paper pumpkin kit comes in the mail and looks like this. Sometimes if it's a special kit, the box will look a little bit different, but usually it looks like this. They now wrap it in plastic so that they don't have to put the labels on our boxes. But one of the best things that they do now with our kits is on the end of it, they put the name of the kit and the month and the year. And that is fabulous. When you have some of them stacked up, you know exactly which ones you are looking for. So when you open up your kit every month, there will be a set of directions, okay? It'll have colored pictures of what the projects are going to look like, and then there'll be black and white step-by-step directions of how to do it, okay? On the back side, they will even include a couple little alternatives that they have come up with for you to possibly do, okay? Excuse my phone ringing here. There we go. And Paper Pumpkin is also really good. They have a Facebook page, Facebook group, and they also have a blog, and they do alternatives also throughout the month for each of the kits. So they're really good about giving you alternate things to do with your kits also. So they're fabulous. So in your kit every month, you will get a stamp set. Okay, and you will also get a spot, okay, which is basically a 1x1 inch stamp pad. So the stamp kits are really great. They're usually really pretty, have lots of sentiments in them, which I really like. And then the spots are perfect for you to use. So in your very first kit, you'll get a clear block to use, and you just use that every month in your kit. So with a small stamp pad or spot, it's really better to apply your spot directly to your stamp when you're ready to use it, rather than hit it down on it so that it doesn't leave lines, okay? So you always get, like I said, all supplies that you need except for adhesives to make your projects. And like this month, they included these fabulous envelopes that coordinate that are super fun too. So let me show you the cards that this month's kit made. So this is the first card. I love the colors on this card. It is Rococo Rose and Petal Pink, and I think they are so pretty together. And this is kind of a fun card because it opens like that. Okay, so it's just got a little slit in it, and they come already colored, or the cardstock cut and scored and ready for you. All you have to do is stamp and put everything together. Okay, the second card was this fun little birthday cake card that has this little area punched out with the image behind it and a couple little sequins on there, which just turned out to be super pretty too. And then this was the last card that the kit made. I got a little bit of smudge on there, so just kind of ignore that. But you almost can't tell it because there's some smudging all over it. So, but I really love the poofy sentiments on it this time. I thought they were really pretty, and I really loved this, the way the edges of this one was cut. For this card front this time. So lots of fun stuff in the kits this time. So what I always do is I go through and I make the cards just like the kit says to do it. And then I lay my stuff out and I play a little bit. Okay, so let me show you some of the cards that I came up with. Okay, So here's one. So it's the same layout was before, only I turned it up and down. Okay, and then you just kind of open it like that. I put a couple little strips in here that were pieces from one of the other cards that I cut apart, and they were just some strips I had left over. I also put some of the twine, the linen thread is what it's called. There you go, linen thread behind it to make it pop, and just I thought it turned out really pretty. Okay. I also thought these cards with the things punched out were just begging to be shaker cards. So I took this one and I actually used the cakes on some other things and had the card front left over, so I turned it into a baby card. So I thought it turned out really cute with the little lamb inside of it. And so it's in the pinks and blues and greens, and I just thought it turned out super cute for a baby card. So here's one I did kind of a little more like what the kit called for, but I just put the piece of cake out here with the sentiment and still made it a shaker card. So like I said, when it had that little window cut in through there, it was just screaming to be a shaker card to me with all the sequins. I also made this card here. Okay, and actually for this piece of the card, I cut apart one of these. Okay, so I just cut the petal pink piece off the front and adhered it to a whole Rococo Rose card base. I love these colors together. I think they are absolutely beautiful. And I actually stamped this flower from the To a Wild Rose stamp set that I just love too, but I love the way you can do it in the colors of the paper pumpkin, and that it turned out really good. And hi, Vicki, thanks for watching. And yes, I thought the baby card turned out really cute too. So this one I also put some of the linen thread behind it too. I just thought these colors really called for the more neutral linen thread, so I really, really liked that card too. And then here's the last one that I made. Again, I used a different card base, so I used a crumb cake card base. And this piece was, again, one of these, only it's the back side of that card. So I just took one of these and cut it apart, used this piece with the petal pink on the front of this card. I used the back piece on the front of this card. And then these little pieces that were left over were the pieces that were inside of this card right here. Okay, so I still used all the pieces, but I just made the one card into really 3 cards. Okay, but I thought this was pretty. I love the purple rose that was on here. And then for this, I used some of the braided trim. Again, just trying to stick with the more neutral colors, but do it that way. So those are the cards that I came up with this month as my alternatives. So every month I always try to do also a scrapbook page. So I kind of have some ideas for my scrapbook page, but I'm going to actually make it with you guys this time. Okay. So for the base of my scrapbook page, I am using Petal Pink 12 by 12. Okay, and I always do my scrapbook pages as a 2-page spread. Okay, so I've got 2 of them here, but since I can only ever get one of them on my camera, I'll just do one at a time. Okay, and kind of bounce back and forth with it. Now, like I said before, my favorite part of this kit were these pieces right here. I just thought they turned out beautiful. And for those of you that have the kit, you know the petal pink and the green on the flower here and on the leaves was pre-printed for us. What we did is we had to stamp the flower image with the leaves, and then this little offshoot here, we had to actually stamp that on. So you just lined it up and stamped that on. But I thought these were gorgeous with the scallop edges and the holes on them. I thought they were pretty. So I thought those will be a gorgeous scrapbook page. So I also needed some color, so I took 2 of the card bases and just opened them up, okay, to go on my page also. So I took a little bit of the polka dot tulle ribbon and just tied it on, going lengthwise on this one, and then on the short end on this one, which is going to go up and down on the other page like that. Okay, then I thought, okay, it still needs some color, it still needs something. So I pulled out some more of the Rich Razzleberry cardstock, and I actually used our braided punch for this one. Okay, and so what I did is I just punched a length of my cardstock, and I thought I would stick it behind like that, just to kind of give it another softer layer. Okay, so I really liked that. So I'm going to lay it across that one there, and then on the other page, I think I will lay it, I think I'll go up and down like that. Do I want to do that, or do I want to go side by side? See, we can kind of play with it. Oh, I think I like it side by side better. So let's do it like that. Okay. Then, of course, your pages always need a title. Okay. So I kind of looked at this and looked at the images that were on here, and I thought this would be a really good Mother's Day page. Okay, so what do I want to use to cut my letters out of? And then I remembered the fabulous envelopes in this pack, okay, in this kit. So you always have to take advantage of all this stuff. And since I used a couple of the card bases on my pages and a couple of the card fronts, I knew I had 2 envelopes left over. So with these envelopes, the whole inner lining on the back side is this really cool striped paper. So what I decided to do was just to kind of tear it open. And then I've got it that's super easy to cut my letters out of. Okay, so I've already cut out some of the letters for the title on my page. Whoops, I got the H here and it didn't come out there. So all I have to do with these is I'm just going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to punch those out of there so that you can really see how they're going to look coordinated with the other pieces on my page. So I thought that was just really kind of fun, and how that's going to coordinate on there with everything else on my page. So see, even those of us that are avid scrapbookers can still get some great use out of the paper pumpkin kits, because every month I always do cards, plus I always do scrapbook pages with them. So there's lots of fun things you can do. Okay, so there is the word mothers. So then I need to do the word day. So I'm not going to do that now because that takes a long time to do that. And I don't know where my dies are right now for the word day. I had them all laid out and ready. Oh, there they are. So I'm just going to, if you just lay this on your Big Shot platform, okay, and put your letters on there, and it's super easy to get them all across so that the stripes are all going the same way, but it really does give you a big platform to use to cut out the letters. So I'm just going to cut out the letters and put the word day right here, and then that still gives me a couple of different places to take pictures of me and my girls this year for Mother's Day, and then I'll also take a picture of me and the girls and my mom to go on the other page. So just kind of a really fun, beautiful background to showcase the pictures that we'll take on Mother's Day. And it's really nice to be ahead of the game for a while because that doesn't usually happen very often. I'm usually way behind on my scrapbooking. And the funny thing is, a lot of times I will go through and make scrapbook pages, and then I know I have to take certain pictures to go on the scrapbook pages because I tend to make my pages before I actually take the pictures. So just kind of a quirky little thing. So that is it. That used up all of my kit this month, and that was just one kit. I didn't even open the second one yet. But I'm really excited to wait and see what other kind of alternative projects that other people come out with. And also, for those of you who are Paper Pumpkin subscribers under me, I always get together with 2 other demonstrators and put together a PDF with at least 9 alternatives to do with our kits. And they include photos and step-by-step instructions for making them, all the recipes and everything. So if you're not already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, please consider subscribing under me, because I try to do a lot of things for you to make sure that you love your kits every month and that you definitely use them. So that is it for today. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to go back under yesterday's video that I did and leave me a comment, because I will be giving away the money holder that I made. I just will draw a name for anybody who's left comments for me before Friday. And then I'll be mailing this to a lucky winner. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And come back next Wednesday for my next Facebook Live.